G'day, Shane here. Just a quick video to take you through the changes I've just been doing on the reporting engine within LTrace. So what I'll do is I'll basically just cover the things that have changed, and I'm also just putting together a video to train people on how to use it thoroughly. So this is the video if you already have used it before, and I'm just pointing out the changes. The first big change is I've got a new category here, which is surgery items. And so this list will purely just focus on what items are being used with which patients. So you can still get your filtering up here, group, subgroup, items, whether or not it's a line set, getting down to a specific label. You can tell when items were created or whatever, but I've dropped a number of the fields out here as to who sterilised the item or whatever, because my focus on this report isn't on the sterilisation process, it's all on the surgery. And so down here we've now got when was the surgery, who was the surgeon, who was the circulating nurse, who was the scrub nurse. So we can do more filtering down here based on the surgery information and taking the focus away from the sterilisation. So surgery items, it's a new group. You've still got the label listing, which is that general purpose one, which is more focusing on the sterilisation process or where it is now. But my recommendation is theatre, use the surgery items, CSSD type reports, use the label listing. We've also got the batches report. So depending on what the focus is, this one's more on what's happening within the sterilisers. And then last but not least, we've got an items report, which is basically just going to give you a list of everything in the system. So a small one. I'm still adding more fields to this. Okay, so let's go back to label listing. The next big change is there's been a cosmetic change to the format. I'm still playing with that, just trying to work out how I want it to look in the end. So yeah, you'll see this very distinct. It doesn't have the borders around it anymore. It's this long listing. So that's just a cosmetic change. So title, you've still got double click, hide, count, display, hide, clear all. We'll put these all back to hide all, we'll put these all back to hide, show all, we'll put that back to show. So that's still the same. And then what I've done is I've removed the drop-down list that you normally saw here, and what you now need to do is just click on the filter button, and now you've got the ability to select something. And because I've now selected this, the filter button for this one becomes enabled. And if I filter here and select something, then the next filter comes into play. So on all of these I can do it without having to select something first, but you saw back here before just the fact that you can't select these buttons until you select the next filter above it, allowing you to select the drop down. I don't know if you would have noticed in the previous one, I've now got these options here of not set or set. That doesn't help you too much for these sort of things, but on some of the other fields you may be looking to see where there's blanks that haven't been filled in or whatever. So not set means it's blank, set means it's got something in there, and then all these others are obviously for what they are. Okay, so once again select general, and the last feature that I've added in this release is the ability to now sort. Okay, let's just say that we wanted to do a report that showed all the groups, all the subgroups, and will display all the items as well, but we wanted to do a count of the number of labels that we've printed for every single item. So now what we see is group, subgroup, item, label count. But what we can now do, for example, is we might turn around and say we want to have the group as the first lot of ordering, subgroup as the second, and then we want to do the item name as the third level. If I showed that list now, what you would see is the group first column is in alphabetical order, and then within, say, gynae, the subgroup is in alphabetical order, and then down to the item in alphabetical order. I might decide I actually want to reverse that, and so now I want to have the items in alphabetical order. And so if I run this report, now what we're going to see is that the items are now in alphabetical order down here, and then the subgroups and then the groups are in order. I can also at the same time turn around and let's just get rid of all of these, but instead take the count of the labels and let's sort on that. And so now I can see if I scroll all the way down to the bottom, here's the most commonly sterilized item. And so you can choose any of the fields, and in this case you can see that it's actually the count of labels, and I can do a sort on that. So it's just a really handy way of helping you find exactly what you're after. So the sorting fields, and 1 is the first thing it's going to sort on. 9 is the lowest. If you do turn around and make a couple things number 1, then it's going to be a little bit random as to what it is. Chances are this one's going to sort on group, and then it's going to sort on count. So just be aware that if you have them set at the same number, it's not going to work as you expect. So anyway, to quickly just go through the changes, we've got an items report, we've got the surgery items, we've got the label listing, and then we've got the batches. So they're the 4 main reports that I would recommend. We've got the ability to now do sorting in the reports, and I've changed that filtering. So that's it, changes to the reporting engine. If there's anything else you need from it, just let us know. These changes were just dropped in by some of the requests I had this month. So yeah, hopefully that will help. Let us know how it goes. Thanks a lot. Bye.